Have you ever noticed a weird pattern? Like, you keep dating people who somehow remind you of your past heartbreaks. Almost like you're stuck on replay, watching your old emotional dramas over and over. But here's the plot twist: those people aren't reflecting your soul. Nope, they're reflecting your wounds, your hidden scars, and unhealed pain. Until you realize this, you're basically dating your past trauma instead of your present reality. Let's unpack why this happens and how Stoicism can help you break the cycle. We all love to believe in the love at first sight fairy tale, like two souls just instantly click because they're made for each other. But most of the time, it's not that romantic. What's really happening is your brain is attracted to people who reflect back the parts of you already know, including your pain, insecurities, and fears. Imagine your mind is a mirror, but it's a cracked mirror. Instead of reflecting a clear whole image of yourself, it reflects the cracks, your wounds. And guess what? You're drawn to other mirrors with similar cracks. It's emotional deja vu. This feels familiar, even if it's painful. Your brain is basically saying, hey, I know this pattern. I survived it before. I can survive it again. So you end up choosing partners who echo your old wounds, creating a feedback loop that feels like a never-ending rerun of your emotional history. Why does this happen? Because your wounds are like emotional fingerprints, unique marks that shape how you experience the world and relationships. If you grew up feeling unworthy or invisible, you might unconsciously pick partners who make you question your value because it's what feels familiar. If you have a deep fear of abandonment, you might latch onto people who are emotionally distant or inconsistent because expecting rejection feels safer than the unknown. Your brain prefers the devil it knows over the angel it doesn't, even if that devil is exhausting. This isn't weakness, it's biology. Your nervous system is wired to survive emotional pain by sticking to what's familiar, no matter how toxic. Here's where Stoicism drops some wisdom. Marcus Aurelius said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." What does that mean? If your mind is filled with unhealed wounds, those wounds will tint your relationships like a filter. Before you can genuinely connect with someone else, you have to take a hard look at yourself. That means owning your fears, insecurities, and repeating patterns. No sugarcoating. Stoicism isn't about blaming others for your pain. It's about mastering your mind, recognizing where your judgments and beliefs come from, and taking responsibility for your emotional health. Because you can't heal in someone else's arms if you're still carrying your own broken pieces inside. So, how do you tell the difference between someone who's a mirror for your wounds and someone who's truly soul level material? Start by paying attention to how they make you feel. Do they bring out your best self? Or do they trigger your worst fears? Do they challenge you to grow? Or do they validate your self-doubt? Are you building a future together? Or stuck replaying old scripts? Remember, red flags don't always look scary. Sometimes they feel magnetic because they echo your pain. When you learn to spot these emotional mirrors, you gain power. Power to choose differently. Power to break the cycle. Healing from trauma isn't a quick fix. It's a process that requires patience, kindness, and courage. Start with yourself. Be gentle. Notice your emotional triggers without beating yourself up. Try journaling to track your patterns. What keeps showing up in your relationships? What feelings arise? What stories do you tell yourself? If you can, seek therapy or a mentor who understands trauma and healing. Practice daily stoic reflection. Ask yourself, is this thought true? Is this feeling useful? Slowly, over time, you will move from seeking mirrors, painful reflections of your past, to seeking souls, people who see you, truly see you, for who you are underneath the scars. Because real love is never a rerun. It's a brand new story. One where you're the author, not the victim. Your wounds don't define your worth, but ignoring them means you're stuck dating your past forever. Stoicism gives you the tools to break free. Self-awareness, patience, and radical acceptance. Next time you feel drawn to someone who feels painfully familiar, pause and ask yourself, am I falling for their soul or just my wounds? Because love that heals, it doesn't hurt. And healing, that's the bravest, most revolutionary kind of love there is.